Welcome back. Today we're going to be painting the Scarlet Witch from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I'm going to be painting her in a more, kind of like her new costume in the MCU. So I have it separated into some pieces that'll make it easier for us to paint it. But let's get started. We always do with our flesh. So let's get our gets here. Nope, that's not it. Where are you? Nope. Get them in this flesh. Here it is. So we're gonna be using mostly contrast paints. So we're gonna be using that one. We're gonna be using this one. But yeah, we're gonna use those to get a lot of the colors that we want. So for her new costume from, if you've seen WandaVision, we're not going to change the sculpt at all because how the customization rules for this game are pretty strict. You don't get to do, I think, is it all the way in there? This is a deep boob gap. Yeah, it's supposed to be closed, but we're doing it like her new costume. So let's just get in there. The customization rules in this game are a little different. I mean, there has to be no doubt what the model is, the pose, like everything. So we're just gonna use our colors to get the colors in the spots that we want them and just give the kind of idea of the new Scarlet Witch hotness. So let's get under here. Okay. Now let's go to the face. Okay. Now, ooh, there's some gunk in there. Fun. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is give that some time to kind of dry up while we get her pants. I'm going to use a black gray for those. Because you don't want to just go straight into another contrast because you don't want it to bleed onto another one. So you don't want it to bleed together. So just take your time, try your best to avoid hitting any of the white spots that you don't want to, because that will affect how our contrast paint goes onto this model. I mean, I have seen some customizations of this model of like, you know, they have green stuffed the newer costume look onto her and it looks fine. I think at the end of the day, if your opponent is okay with it, then it doesn't matter. Most of the customization has come with this because this is her base and it only hooks down here and it is floppy as heck. So I can understand why people would want to kind of get rid of that. and fix that. I mean, just because you can make crazy base, super dynamic stuff, you know, sometimes doesn't always mean you have to use it, right? Like they're getting a little bit crazy with their bases and stuff. And I appreciate them because they look good, but also sometimes they're a pain to get together. Like the Doctor Strange one that we did, that was kind of a pain to do just because where you hooked him in relation to the effect was weird. But this one's a little bit more clear. There's like an actual spot for her foot on the fire or hex stuff, whatever you want to call it. Her magic. Okay, so we got her pants done. Okay, so now we can go to the red, which is like the bulk of everything. So we use this Blood Angels Red contrast. I'm going to put it on all the white spots that are left on here, the cape and the crown here, and then this whole thing. But we have some other plans for the base too, to just not make it just a flat contrasty color. So we'll start from the bottom here, just to kind of get a feel for, you know, this contrast and how it's going to look on her. You know, it's not such a high risk area, especially since it's butted up against this black that we just put down. I had to find places to kind of hook these clips to. I tried to drill through I was going to try to drill through the leg, but they're so thin. Not really a great idea to drill through that. I did drill through her head though to get that thing attached. And then we'll get and for this you want to use a nice like thinner brush like I'm using right now, because otherwise use a big brush, the chance of you getting in these areas that you don't want to is really high. Maybe I should have saved the feet later, because I gotta get these. Just get this guy kind of covering this whole thing. If you remember, this was the color we used on Magneto also. So that's going to be like a cool thing of like her colors being close to what her dad is wearing. Now whether or not they go that way in the movies is another story, but And just make sure we got most of it. Then we get her hands. I'm seeing some spots where the contrast is kind of pulled away from the areas that I want it, so I'll have to go through there and get the hand spots again. I mean the arms, the flesh color. That's like one thing, like when you're painting, just be on the lookout for areas that you might have missed. Especially like from the beginning, like if the skin's the first thing you do, it's sometimes hard to see what you missed because everything is like white right now. So there's her there. And let's go here. Now we have to get pretty close in here to get her crown. And do our best here. There we go. Oop. And then we'll get spots really close to her face with the smaller brush and her hair. Can actually probably do this because it's not glued on, it's just kind of popped in there to help us in here. Leave that place kind of that kind of covered. We can cover that back up and put her back in the clamps. It's really floppy, so we're just gonna try it. Let me take it off this actually, because this is probably a little bit more. Oh, no, okay. Just fight it the best you can. Oh, come on. You can stop moving around, please. Maybe we'll just hold this end for now and get pretty much the whole thing. Let's flip it around here. Just get there. Okay. And then we'll put it back. Because you just don't want it to dry and you don't have it in another area, because that way you want the consistency to kind of be the same and the colors. Come on, stop spinning. probably a better way to, I can probably kind of pin her hair here and then just go this way like this. I don't have anything on her hair yet. Nope, 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 nope. And this is hurry what's gonna happen. There we go. Okay. And just make sure you get all those little areas covered. Okay. So we'll let that guy dry. Clean off this brush. And we're gonna go to the bigger brush for the base here. And this one you don't have to be as careful on because you're not worried about hitting other stuff. You are worried about splash though, so don't like go crazy if you're close to your other models because it will splash onto them and get color where you don't want it sometimes. So just don't go too crazy. You can see like while I'm painting this how crazy floppy it is. It's a cool effect, but I don't know, I wish there was more support in it. But at least it stands up on its own. You know, sometimes you'll get Games Workshop stuff, mostly Tyranids, right, that are not balanced and the model doesn't even stand up on its own. So, you know, at least they got that going for them, so that it stands up. This is hard to get because it's flopping around. You don't want to break it. Probably holding it is a bad idea. We're almost there. We almost got it. Okay. I think we got it all. Okay, so let that dry before we go into our step 2 of what we're going to do to this. And that's it for our red. Now what we can do, okay, now we're gonna do the hair really quick. Oh no, did I splash red on her? Ooh, might have, we'll see. Well, let's do this. Let's get our Gilliman's flesh back out and clean up those spots that we noticed earlier on her. Which was like right there. there. So that's gonna be fine. It's looking pretty dark, but we'll see what happens. Okay, and then for the hair, we're gonna use this Dracoth finish. It's a brown contrast. I don't remember why I bought it, what I was using it for, but I found out I had it and I was like, oh, we can use that for Scarlet Witch. So this will give her like a light brown hair. Let's deal with the front first. Make sure that we have that all sorted out. Okay. And then we're gonna touch that guy. There, let's go to the back now. Get under here. All right. Cool, so that basically finishes her, but I don't know, I'm getting some weird like spotting and stuff on her arms and stuff that looks weird. Maybe it won't look as weird with the cape on and stuff, but I don't know what this is coming from, but getting a lot of like stuff. I wonder how well you can see it in the picture, but in here, I mean, it is supposed to be kind of like a shirt on her, right? Like it's her classic costume, so it's like this pink outfit. So it does have like some wrinkles and stuff built into it, but we'll see what happens when we get to the spot. So let's let this sit and dry for a second, and then we're gonna finish this part up and then glue this together. Yeah, so we'll see you in a second. Okay, we are dry now. Let's take a look at how this dried up. I think it'll be covered up. You see, because it's this, I might want to could put her sleeves all the way up to there, because it's still kind of wrinkly up to there, because that's just the sculpt. But we'll see. You might not, actually you won't be able to see it because of the cape. So let's do that. Let's take the cape. Let me see, okay. Let's get her glued on, and my super glue is not in here, which is fun, so stand by. Putting together some terrain that I 3D printed. So, okay, let's take this off here. Let's go ahead and, we probably could have left her on the thing, but put a drop of super glue in here. And then put it on. Woo! knock it loose and hit everything. Does it look down? Yeah, she does look down. So, where did this pin, and then we'll just clip her back here for now so that she can dry. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this guy, and still some white spots on there, but should be okay. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take our airbrush that may or may not be clogged with paint right now. Ooh. We will say is clogged with paint right now. Uh-oh. Oh God, that's not good. You know, I clean this every time I use it, and it still is just a mess. Just make sure this is where it's supposed to be. Okay, and we'll put that back in there. Ooh. Tighten that back up. There we go. Oh, I'm out of thinner. Oh no, I forgot. What? No, there's a little bit in here. Okay, we have enough. We have enough. So, usually I would recommend having a glove on, but for rebels. So we're gonna take this centaur skin color, which is like a pink. And then some thinner. And hope that that's enough. That's a bad brush. I don't know why I have them. I don't know why I keep them. And we're good. And we'll just take it and kind of go at the angle on this. Leave it dark on the bottom though. Okay. Now I'm gonna mix some white in with it to make it even lighter. Oh, at just the very top. With some of these. Okay. Just really quick clean this out. there. Right. That is that part. And we didn't get any of the pink on her, which is a great news. So now we can get our medium sea gray out for our base. Actually, we should probably get black, right? For our rims and everything like that, but we'll do that. Just clean that up. Okay. Now we got to go through the whole getting her onto the base thing, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. This is what she looks like right now. Looking pretty good. So she goes right, her foot goes in there, that hole right there, and hopefully she holds up from it. So put a dab there, grab her, and kind of finagle her into her spot. I think it's supposed to be more, this is supposed to be in front of her hand. But I don't think you have to glue it. Her hand goes to the middle there. I think that's what we do. And then she has some of her leg showing because of the how we had to paint her. So really quick, we're gonna have to get some of our contrasts. Put it on our brush. And just cover up that area right there. And like the other side, because it was clamped with those little alligator clips. And that is how we paint the Scarlet Witch. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week, every Wednesday. Like and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one. Let me get this guy.